Yo! What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Jez7780. What grinds? Oops. Sorry. What greases my gears? Today, make AAA games for the hardcore console gamer. Finally. Oh my goodness. Finally. Somebody got on the mic. Oh, that's what's been going on. Somebody finally got on the mic and made sense. And we're going to break it down. I think Frog's going to be jumping in too. But yo, shout out to the Mogs. Came in here first. King 405, he was in here first. Mog was the first to like. And Garuda Legends, what's up? He was second. Sorry, man. Don't call me Danny. Got the grinders, a.k.a. sluts. I don't know why we call them sluts, but I call them grinders. I don't know what's up, Danny. And Lay, what's up? How you doing? And the Coon, he's in here first. In his world, he is in here first. But the Coon 1985, I appreciate the support, man. Coming out here all the time. And Coon always likes when I play this. Those Silent Hill sirens get him all crazy. He always comments. He goes, "Oh shit, the Silent Hill sirens are going on. Holy shit." What's up, Darkside Havoc? How you doing, man? Oh shit, those sirens are fucking loud in my ears. Holy shit, those sirens are loud in my ears. Damn. Look. Well, the reason why I was doing this, I was reading the article shit all day, and that Wall Street Journal. Damn. Hold on. So let me just double check in. Just want to see if we got this Discord thing going on here. And shout out, guys, join my Discord chat. We got here the Grinders Roundtable we got in here. So, when we're in this thing, I definitely, maybe want to get you guys on here sometimes and, could just what grinds your gears, because you guys are in the chat all the time. You always tell me the stuff and get me triggered. So, what triggers you? Get you in here. So, definitely, do that. I got Frogs. He's hanging out in here. Let me send him the, I don't know how to do this shit. I have no clue how to do this stuff. But I just want to make sure my soundboard's going on. And we got the... We're going to get into it, but Frogs is sitting here. So let me get Frogs in here. Let me see how to get this Discord in here. So if I do this and then do this, I'm in the call with him. And let's make sure that this is going on. Frogs, can you hear me? Let's see. Oh, my mic is not working here. Here we go. Might not be able to get the roundtable going. Let's see if he's in here. Let's see. Oh, shit. Let's see if I go. Yeah, see, guys, I'm not, this streaming thing. I just hit the record button and just go at it and smash my friggin' stream deck. But let's see if we get the this shit going on here. Let me go to the settings here. I'm just gonna make sure I got the mic going on. But I didn't want to keep you guys waiting. You guys jumped in the friggin' chat so fast. I was like, holy shit, I gotta start this thing up. I don't like making people wait because I'm impatient myself. And when you guys jump in here saying first and second, I'm like, I gotta start this shit right now. Start talking to people. Otherwise, they're gonna give me the downvote. Who wants to get thumbs down? So let's go. Let's get let's get this in here. Let's see if I could get this. Why does it say that horse shit? What's up, Andrew Wilkins? Oh, God. Andrew Wilkins, you know us grinders. We get called toxic all the time. Just toxic. It is what it is, man. It's straight up facts. And you want to know what? I just was so happy that this is just a quick thing. So happy that finally Sony gets on somebody says something that makes sense. I felt like for the last 3 weeks, I was showering in bullshit. And today, finally somebody's saying something. We've been showered in bullshit about streaming. Consoles don't matter. We want to get people playing on phones. Oh, I'm going to start on the rant. Let me try to get this shit working on here. I wanted to get frogs on here, but my God, like finally, like Jesus, it's fucking, it's like digging for fucking coal to try to like make sense of this stuff. Like, damn, finally, holy shit, you know. Well, let me see if I get this thing working on here. Let me go to settings, home settings. I just want to make sure you hear my mic on that. Oh, here's my settings, and then I know what I gotta do, and then of course updates. Everything needs a friggin' update. So let's just go. Oh, this is why I can't hear him. Frog, can you hear me? No, he can't hear me. I thought I had this before the last time it worked. Nobody's toxic, man. Your opinion is your opinion. Because trust me, I was getting called the same shit. It is what it is. Your opinion is your opinion, and you feel a certain way. I'm passionate about the way I feel, and all these fucking shows that I do. This is the real me. This is how I feel. I want to talk for 2 hours if I was just like, oh, I just want to trigger people. I don't want to trigger anybody. I'm pissed off, and I carry that. I'm pissed off because I invested so long in something, and to watch it just fall apart right before my eyes, and they chase you away. Like, it wasn't even like, oh, they just weren't doing it up to the par. It was basically they chased me away by giving me bullshit and telling me to go play somewhere else and give me services for free. Like, I just can't believe it because I really believed in the brand. I really believed in what they were doing. So, if you feel that way, fuck it. Say how you feel. That's it. And people don't like it, and people don't like it. It is what it is, man. But I won't be labeled as toxic or anything. Like, it is what it is. When somebody's trying to sell a console to you and pay $500-$600 of your hard-earned money and tells you, like, you know what, console sales don't matter. Shit, here they come, guys. It wasn't gonna take that long. I'm not giving anybody $500-$600 when they say that it's not important to their business. I have a whole podcast on that 2 weeks ago. Like, you come out there and you're like, oh yeah, well, the console's not the business. I'm like, I don't give a shit how you made it, but you don't say that as you're about to launch a console. You say exactly what Sony said today. And Sony didn't say this to Business Weekly or some gamingbiz.com. Sony said this shit to the Wall Street Journal. All right? To the Wall Street Journal. Okay? I recall, and I don't know how to get frog in here. I'm trying to mess around and try and talk at the same time. But, like, I recall Phil saying that, when he interviewed with Major Nelson, that, oh, E3 is how we transcend above the media. Like, we reach out to outlets that don't typically follow video games. I have that clip all over one of these videos that I did a couple of weeks ago, about a couple of weeks ago. Oh, that's what E3 is so important to us. Uh-oh. You can't hear me again? I gotta get out of this Discord. Can you guys hear me? I'm checking my OBS here. Let me check. The mic is working. My sound buds are curving. Can you guys hear me? Put the volume up. Let me just check. Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Coon scaring my ass again. That's it. He's getting the sirens. That's it. That's for the Coon 1985. Scaring the shit out of me, thinking I'm talking to a wall. What's up, the Raven Flow, man? How you doing, man? That's what he's getting. He always likes those Silent Hill sirens, man. But anyway, I was trying to get him in here. Let me see. Damn. Maybe I could. I don't want to do Google Hangout now that I'm live. It's like shit. But the Discord's not working. Frogs, if you hear me, Come into the chat. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's not working. I just texted him because it's not working. Trying to get to that Discord shit. Anyway, bear with me these technical difficulties. I'll give you a music interlude. We'll give you this one. Benji says he can't hear me. All right, well, I think you can hear me. The mic's working. All right, let's see if that worked. I'm just listening to my playback. Oh yeah, all shit's breaking down on me, guys. All shit's breaking down on me. Don't worry, I'll fix it. Yeah, you can't hear my music. Uh-oh. That's it. I gotta get out of the Discord. I gotta get out of Discord. All right, so I'm going to. At least you can hear my mic, but the soundboard's not working. Shit. Twisted Sync. Hey, what's up, man? Let's just go this, and then I'm logging out of Discord. There we go. Now tell me if you could hear the. Yeah, you gotta hear the soundboard. Let me hear if it sounds now. Let me hear if it goes. All right. Oh shit. The soundboard's busted. No. The soundboard will not be busted. I know what's going on. Watch this fix. Watch this. I'm going to pull some Phil Ness. Oh shit. The soundboard's busted. No. The soundboard will not be busted. Oh, no way. No way. I know what's going on. Watch this fix. Watch this. Like this for the soundboard, baby. Phil Ness. We're back. Oh, no way. No way. Watch this fix. Watch this for the soundboard, baby. We're back.
We're really focusing first on what it means to play these games on your phone. So we thought about how can we get as many people playing on a phone as possible.
Yes, we're back. I'm back. Technical difficulties. All right.
Don't get dramatic now, all right?
What's up, Sick? How you doing, man?
Fucking internet.
That's all I gotta say.
Fucking internet.
Anyway.
Hum.
We got it. All right, my soundboard's working. We're good. And
who is your daddy?
We're gonna talk about the daddy. All right, so now we're in here. Discord shut down. I'm sorry, frogs, man. Sorry, man. But anyway, all right. We had a whole bunch of interlude introducing everybody. I'm glad everybody's in here. What's up? Oh, Gyro Shard. What's up, man? How you doing? So we got the soundboard going. And, this is something that... So anyway. Oh, shit, you want the music back? We're coming back. But this is... Wait a second. I got the Phil Spencer mix, though. Where's my Phil Spencer mix? I got my Phil Spencer mix going on. Hold on. Here it comes.
We're really focusing first on what it means to play these games on your phone. So we thought about how can we get as many people playing on a phone as possible. We're really focusing first on what it means to play these games on your phone. So we thought about how can we get as many people playing on a phone as possible.
I'm trying to use the phone!
And my Phil Spencer mix. Yeah, that's the kind of bullshit that I've been hearing for the last 3 friggin' weeks. Okay, that's all. You see the word Xbox, I see Game Pass, I see cell phones, and we got to always give a shout out to the strap-ons for our controllers and our cell phones. So because that's the future, I guess. Streaming while I'm taking a shit with the strap-ons and all that other stuff going on there. DJ Jez, that's right. Thanks, Brian B. So anyway, so finally, we've been washed of just this streaming, this no console matters. The consoles that are not the business. It's about the gamer. And we come to what Sony stated today, to the Wall Street Journal. All right? So what I was saying before with E3 was that, like, Phil said that this... Phil said, I did a whole bunch of Phil said tweets today, but Phil said that E3 was because that we have to be there so that we have to be above the media. Like, we come to the top, like, outlets that don't cover us. Oh, really? Sony's going right to the Wall Street Journal and interviewing them. Okay? And I'm going to share that article on here because I'm sure you guys read it all over the place. And it really is a slap. And this is not a sound clip. That's me just slapping it. To everyone that says, oh, Sony's doing the same thing.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
Come on. All right? Sony got PlayStation Now, and I've said this so many times before. Sony has PlayStation Now, okay? PlayStation Now does not compete with the lineup of exclusive AAA titles that Sony releases on its console. PlayStation Now is a supplement and another. That is a true option because that option doesn't shit on another option. See, Game Pass, on the other hand, while it's great, it shits on the option of not getting big blockbuster games day one in a subscription for $10 or $1 a month service. And it challenges you on day one to go, shit, Gears, do I pay $60? Well, actually, The Outer Worlds. Do I pay $60? Or do I pay $1? Or do I pay $10? And try out The Outer Worlds and stuff like that. Like, you have to think. Oh, do I buy the $100 version of Gears of War to play it 3 days early? Or do I sign up for the Ultimate Game Pass and get a Xbox on PC Game Pass, which I don't even need? Like, why? Like these are all the decisions you got to make. Like it's a friggin'... It is like one of those chess games. Like, you got to be like, well, just to buy a game on Xbox. But wait a second. But Phil says I could take my game and I could play it where I go if I use console streaming. But wait a second. October, the cloud's coming. Now, if I want to play the game with Phil Spencer's cloud, if I want to play the game with Phil Spencer's cloud,
A huge cloud of shit. Wow.
I gotta pay.
Come on, let's go.
To access Phil Spencer's cloud. So wait, do I access Phil Spencer's cloud? Do I buy the game? Do I Game Pass the game? Do I buy it at retail? Do I buy it digitally? Do I just stream it and not even need a console? Wow. You need to just like draw like a friggin' a suspect map to figure out just to buy a friggin' game when they have one on Xbox. That's all the options. And wait a second, that's not even half the options. Oh, then wait a second, do you buy it on Xbox or do you buy it on PC? And then when you're on PC, do you buy it in the Windows 10 store? Do you buy it on Steam? But wait, if you buy it on Windows 10, then you'll get it because it's a Play Anywhere, is it? Is Outer Worlds a Play Anywhere title? I think. Oh, no, it's not because it's releasing in the Epic Store, right? Who needs this shit? Tell me how to buy God of War, please. You get a PlayStation, you buy the game. Like, who needs...
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Who needs like all those different options? For what? It's spam. They have turned Xbox games into spam. Your spam emails, they're just spamming the game. They're like, you know what? Everywhere you go, you can see this game. Well, you could try this game. Dude, you turn your game to the spam. And let me ask everybody this. How valuable is your spam email?
Cool. This coffee smells like shit.
It is shit, Austin.
Game Pass is for just Game Pass. You have to, like, if you decide to buy your games regularly, you're a fool. Like, you're a fool. You should not pay $60 for any Xbox game ever, ever, ever. Just do Game Pass. $10, try it out. What's up, Jemiah? How you doing, man? It's a bit nutty. Yes, it is a bit nutty. So, those are all those options. And this is the stuff that we've been hearing for the last, because E3. Microsoft was at E3 and all this other stuff, and they're just like talking, just talking out their ass. Like, just talking the streaming future, console sales.
We're
He
really
said this.
focusing first on what it means to play these games on your phone. So we thought about how can we get as many people playing on a
You're
phone
gonna hear this
as
a lot.
possible.
Because that. And console sales consoles don't matter. All this other horse shit. All right. And the other thing and it's supposed to be greases my gears, right? It's not supposed to be the grinds my gears. But I got other things for you guys. Tell me if you hear this. Ready? You know what really
grinds my gears?
I got the voice changer. I don't know if you heard that one. I don't even know if that. Yes, it does.
My gears.
Oh, like a fucking movie studio here with my bullshit. Oh man, I gotta get that shit going on. Where's my thing? So anyway. So, whew. I'll leave it in there. But anyway, so he goes and says, you know what? Twisted, this is, the thing is that when I was like fed up, this is about a year and a half ago, and I'm telling you, go listen to Playing Xboxes from a year ago. I said Halo Master Chief is coming to PC. That's why they were doing the X versions and everything like that. I was like, that's why they're doing these X. Why do you think they're fixing Master Chief Collection? What, to give it X enhancements? I said, no. They're doing it because they're going to put it on PC. And I was scalded at. And then I was like,
You want to spend the rest of your life with your head up your ass? Be my guest.
it is coming. They don't just fix a game after 2 years of it not working. And everybody was saying this, but everybody's in denial. And it's slowly but surely, it's clicking. It's clicking. It's clicking. Because guess what? They are not deviating from their mission. They have abandoned the console. You still want to buy that product? Get ahead. I learned my lesson from Windows Phone. When they start talking other shit, get out. Because you're going to be sitting there with your console in one hand and your dick in the other. All right? So don't give them any more money until they start proving their worth. Yes, the only thing that I said was by the end of the year, I said Halo Master Chief Collection will be on PC, and I was off by a few months because they said it in February, and actually was delayed. And that's the thing. That's all that's coming. That's all it's around. That's right, please. That's right. Sick. It is hope. It's hope that all of a sudden now this E3 was a failure, right? This E3 was the worst. Okay? It was the worst. Like it was coming out on stage and tripping over your skirt. They messed up the whole cloud message. Google now has shit ready to go, and Microsoft's like, oh, remote play. Completely confused everybody. The Scarlet, people, I still call that the Scarlet was the same video from last year. And shout out, I think, to King's, was it King's Blood or somebody did a thing where he just overlapped it. Like, it's the same video. And they did not show the games they needed to show. Okay? And here's another thing. Bleeding Edge, I got an email because I registered to apply to play this game, right? This technical alpha. Okay? They said, yeah, we'll send you emails. It's going to be 2 hours every week, every one night on Thursday night, 2 hours. I never got an email to be in it. And then guess what else? It's under an NDA. You can't stream or screenshot it. Like, why? Are you going to ruin the story? Like, are we ruining a story? Remember, that's why Gears wasn't shown, because maybe we ruined the story. It is a 4v4 multiplayer game. Remember when Dreams released and it was in a beta? What did they do? They dropped the NDA, and that game got clout. And people were like, what? That got made in the game? The NDA made Dreams even like on people's radar. And that's it. And you want to know what? Even if Bleeding Edge is the most amazing game ever, the fact that you didn't really see true gameplay on stage, they showed a trailer. The coverage of the game has been horrible. You know, I really think like they really showed little clips here and there, really didn't talk that much about the game itself or show the game. Especially if an alpha is going to be coming out. But what it does is it creates doubt. Same thing with Gears not showing single player and not showing a campaign mission or how it's going to be structured or anything. Yes, they didn't have to do a 15-minute demo on stage. They didn't have to do that. They should, but they didn't have to do that. But the fact is that they're being mum on the campaign. What's the structure like? Who are you going to control? You know, I know it's Kate, but then they said it's 3-person co-op. Well, who's the third person? Is it the robot? The fact that they're not talking about it until September creates doubt. All right? And that's the problem. You got more game, exactly. GKS, you got more gameplay for Ghost of Tsushima. And the thing that really got me kind of like, it started last night, and then even I saw this. What's up, D? How you doing, man? As I watched, finally, Mogwai. Finally, I got to watch Raising Kratos. And then I'm sitting there watching that, right? Watching how they worked on this game and the passion to run like a movie. And the amount of mocap. And if you remember my previous video, Rod Ferguson says Gears has 4 to 5 scenes of mocap. That's what he said. Of performance captured is 4 to 5 scenes. God of War is a whole friggin' game. And I was like, that even crazy going. 4 to 5. He said 4 to 5 scenes that took performance capture. Okay, well, what is that? 4 to 5 story elements? Yeah, only 4 to 5. Then if you go back to my previous video, the one I just did with Gears of War, I was worried about it. The clip from Rod Ferguson's in there. He said it last year and we saw one of them, the reveal of Gears of War. I don't want to repeat what I said. You know, with the last video that I had was the video, what was that? It was whatever you saw at E3 last year, the campaign that where Kate sees the guy and she's like, I'm going to find my family. That's a performance capture. And when he was saying that, Rod Ferguson during his thing said, we got 4 to 5 more scenes like that. He said, I picked out 4 to 5 scenes, you know, that we did performance capture. First time ever. And I'm like, what? 4 to 5 scenes? And that was last year's 2018. Go check out my last video on that one. And I actually have the actual clip from there and my concerns about Gears of War. But the thing is this is not about Gears of War. This is about, finally, we're hearing what we should be hearing as console gamers, as people on the precipice of next generation. We're hearing why you should buy, why you should be excited for next gen console. Because nothing Microsoft has done has excited me at all, because Microsoft has basically said, we don't Console's not our business. He's digging his grave. I'm telling you right now. They are
Digging their grave. Digging. Real deep. Their grave.
They are. The amazing. I tell you, that guy. Yep. The actors. You get your appreciation, and I joked because and and people again who we were talking about toxic early on. I watched that, and how can you not, when watching that, think? I wonder what a Sea of Thieves documentary would look like. I wonder what a Crackdown 3 would look like. I want to know. You know, what's interesting is that they moved that studio. They moved in the beginning of that show. Yes, I know. That was awesome. Like, I go get those, get those things, those ingredients for me. He's like, I'm the fucking god of war. Well, he goes like this. He goes,
I'm the fucking god of war.
but like, what? What would it be? Like, let's be like, ship it. I don't know. It's done. Ship it. Content. Game Pass it. Go. Ship. Like, what the hell would that be? That's the kind of stuff you do. And the way it was produced. Sony, and actually it's in this article that I'm going to show in a little bit. But, like, I'm prepping for this article because the thing, and it running like movie studios. They're combating the buffet. And I said this before, like, oh shit, they got steak at a buffet. Or do you go to Gordon Ramsay's steakhouse and get steak? How's the Avengers Endgame compared to The Defenders on Netflix? Streaming services are nice. Binge watching filler. But you still want to go to the movies. You still want that experience. And one is giving you that experience, and the other is giving you filler. And that's the way it is now. And Gears of War is going to be the true testament. Because I'm still not convinced that that game is going to be structured just like Gears of War 4. Because the model has changed. And if you think about it, how could you take a game just like, and let's not even take God of War. Let's just take Days Gone. Would you really expect a game like Days Gone to be put in a $10 a month subscription pass with 99 other games or 125 other games? A game like Days Gone? Would you, like, on launch? Would you expect Until Dawn, Spider-Man to launch day and date in a $10 a month service? If they did, it wouldn't be no $10 a month. It wouldn't. And I just don't understand how people deny the quality and level of those games. You remember when Phil said,
You want to spend the rest of your life with your head up your ass? Be my guest.
well, he didn't say that, but he said that the Xbox One X was a different level. Like the Pro and the S were on the same level, but the X was something else. I have Arnold right here. Hold on.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
Even though they're using the same processor. But you cannot deny that the quality of those games, and yeah, I'm not saying that they were there from day one on PlayStation 4. Like, this is not something that's been there since day one. But the quality of those games are on a different level. And you wouldn't expect those games to be in a subscription with indies, with old games, with games that didn't do well at retail and went on sale a month later. You wouldn't put those games in there. And the fact that Sony doubled down and said, we are, and here you go, Twisted.
Who is your daddy?
This is what he's saying.
Who is your daddy? No deal.
You son of a bitch.
But you wouldn't see those Sony games. And I played them. And this is the thing, because when I was just on Xbox, I was like, like Uncharted, it's still Uncharted, stuff like that. But when I played it, I'm like, yo, this is next level shit. Like, this is like, when I expected to come into this gen and play games, like, I expected games, a lot more games like Uncharted 4, like God of War. I expected those kind of games. And the fact is that we really didn't see it. And Microsoft just, I don't know what they're doing with their studios. I don't know. Like, I don't know how they run their studios. Phil said, he made an excuse, He did his, damage control. Here it is. First party games. We're bad. We didn't have enough studios. Damage control. Our first party games. Oh, we didn't have enough first party studios. That's why our games will put pressure on them.
Take it back!
And it's just like, dude, everything out. Like, just come on. First, you don't have enough. And now what happens? Now you got so many studios. What, you got 20-person teams working on games? What do you think they're going to make? What do you think? What do you think 60 people at Ninja Theory are going to make if the 20 are working on Bleeding Edge? Or the 80? And what are they making? What? Are they making Halo? Are they making a Halo level game? I'm not even going to talk about a Sony game. I'm talking about, are they making a Zelda? Are they making a game of that size and caliber? I was talking to some guy on Twitter about, he's like, oh, 2 AAA games, Outer Worlds, and Gears. And I'm like, Jason Schreier already did an article in 2018 saying Outer Worlds, the studio that's publishing it is it's a double A. They call them triple I's.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
Put that cookie down now!
Triple I's, triple indies.
Whatever your name is, get ready for the big surprise.
So the big surprise is the studio, the publishing was made as a AA studio to kind of fund these games that are in the middle of a real big budget game as opposed to an indie game. And Outer Worlds is one of the games that they're publishing. And he says in his article in 2018 that the Outer Worlds, it's not like New Vegas. He says it's not the size of New Vegas. It's 2 worlds. And it's not open world. It's segmented worlds. All right? He says it in the article, and you can check my Twitter thing for it. He says that it's like Knights of the Old Republic type. It's segmented worlds of 2 planets. So he's like, calm your expectations. This is not as big as Fallout. So it's fine. I'm not saying it's a bad game. But again, it goes to prove the point that I don't know if we're really going to see a huge AAA game, the games that everybody thinks to make Xbox come back and be relevant. As long as Game Pass exists and their commitment to games day one. It's not financially feasible. Yes. Oh, yeah, you're right. They're making quadruple A's just to put it in a subscription for $10. And let me tell you this. Even if they make a AAA game like Gears of War, like Halo, those games are going to be developed with that in mind. They're not making they're going to be developed with longevity in mind. Ways to keep the carrot ahead of the subscriber. Think about all the tropes that you see in a mobile game. Oh, well, wait 2 minutes and you'll get a heart and then you could continue playing. But if you want to have a heart now, you could buy it. Or you want to wait 2 minutes. Is your time valuable? Not saying that those are going to be in Gears of War, but they are going to put tropes in there knowing Gears of War, Gears 5 is going to be put in a subscription model for only $1, only $10. Like, they know this. Players United, what's up?
I'm trying to use the phone!
And the thing is that my thing is that games as a service and regular games can coexist. There needs to be, yes, it is. There needs to be a balance. Unfortunately, with Game Pass, everything is games as a service. And like I mentioned before, when you're subscribed to a service, how do you vote with your wallet? You cancel the service, obviously. But if Microsoft gives you Crackdown 3 remastered, or gives you State of Decay 3 with the same trash that State of Decay 2 was, normally you would just not buy the game and the sales of the game would drop. And they would go, oops, we messed up. Now, they could just take the game, whatever state of it's in, and we've seen this, just launch it in Game Pass and tell you that we'll fix it later. And just like the Ravenflow said, they could just be like, shit, you know what? 2 million people downloaded it just to see the trash and left. All right. Like I said before, I'm going to stand outside a public restroom and tell you how many asses the seats used. Does that mean that that's the best restroom because 3 million people took a shit? No. User engagement means nothing. We don't even know what user engagement is. Like, I shout out to Meds. I said what he did in Crackdown 3. He downloaded the game, jumped in the game, and left. And he deleted it. He said, this sucks, multiplayer. Microsoft adds that as user engagement. What kind of quality measurement is that? Especially if it's put in the subscription. Rod Ferguson said, and I'm going on this whole thing, but I'm trying to explain the difference between what Game Pass is doing to Xbox. Because all we hear is how it's an amazing deal, and it is. But you got to look at it at the other end. Nothing is for free, guys. Why would they do $1? Why would they lock you in for 3 years for only $1? Why? Why? This is amazing. They're so consumer friendly. Why? What you should be asking is, what's the catch? That's what you should be asking. As a smart consumer, you should be saying, well, wait a second. What's the catch? You're locking me in for 3 years. You haven't shown us the games. They could raise it. They could continue putting games in there that are not fully done, that are incomplete. And what does it matter? They got you locked in by the balls. Sign a 3-year contract for your cable company. Bill's going up. Oh shit. Well, I don't want to sell. I don't want the phone in my cable bill. You signed 3 years, so enjoy the phone, bitch.
You son of a bitch.
The question is Game Pass, they need to ensure quality. You can't just throw stuff out there and put it in Game Pass. Because you're going to get what you pay for. Oh my God, 200. First off, nobody's even talking about the games that are leaving. Like Knights of the Old Republic, what is the other one? I went through the list. There was the, Zombie Trilogy and all this other. The games leave too. Like PlayStation now, those games are not leaving as frequently or to the level that they're leaving Game Pass. So, just you got to know, like there has to be a balance. I gotta watch Grounded now. Yes, I will. But what is the catch? Why would you be able to sign up for Xbox Live for 3 years for $60 and then only $1 you could get 3 years? Why? And what did they show you at E3 for you to do that deal? That's what I want to know.
I'm not authorized to answer your question.
What did they come out of E3 to make you lock into that? What? Halo's coming with a new console next year? Gears 5 Escape Mode? Bleeding Edge? What? And then Phil, after that, saying, I like the announcements for next year's E3. Booty saying 2020? So wait, you're not going to know the value of your Game Pass until E3 2020? Because guess what? That's the one problem that Microsoft has. Battletoads? Exactly. Battletoads? What did they show you at E3 that you're going to sign a deal? Sign that Xbox 3-year deal contract in Green Blood. Why? Why don't you wait? And I think Knox, I don't know his full name. I'll try to follow him on Twitter, but Knox from I think Crap Gamers Show was like saying the same thing. Like, why would you do that? And shout out to Knox because I totally agree with him. I'm like, just do it a la carte. When Microsoft releases some games that look interesting, subscribe to Game Pass and cancel that shit. Done. Why would you just lock it in for that long? When their quality, we don't know what their studios are making. He didn't confirm a Fable. He didn't confirm what. And the other thing on top of that, you sign up for Game Pass for 3 years. What happens if Phil Spencer starts delaying games or Fable gets announced and that game gets delayed and it falls out of your subscription? Now you got to re-up your subscription. Now you got to go a la carte just to play Fable. Like, don't you understand? Like, the thing is now their transparency with game launches needs to be crystal clear because you are now subbing for that game. Okay? You're subbing because, let's be honest, the games that they're launching in Game Pass, people wouldn't buy anyway. And I'm not talking about their first, I'm not talking about their first party games. I'm talking, well, who knows about that one? I'm talking about all the other games. Okay? Like, all those indie games. Some of those games like Exodus, like, yeah, if you really weren't interested in these games, you wouldn't have bought these at launch. Those indie games, I hear people go, oh, Game Pass is great. And even their marketing of Game Pass, it's like, oh, I found these great games. Like, I found these games I wouldn't buy. Okay. The fact that you wouldn't buy the game really is like, okay, that's great. I'm glad that you're finding value in it. That's good. But you have to hunt for that value. You got to dig for that value. And you got to sample trash games to get that's fine. But that shouldn't be you 100% of the time. You shouldn't have to find something good in the hay or the bullshit that you're getting. They should be curating that stuff. They should be handpicking what's the best stuff to play instead of just throwing shit at the wall and saying, yeah, find something you might like in there. That's okay, but that should not be at all. Like, there needs to be balance, and that's the problem I have. Microsoft's all in on just subscriptions. Subs. They're all in on that. And it's just not, it's not the proper way to handle it. Like, you can't go all in on that stuff unless, dude, you are like really doubting the quality of your games. And you're right, Ravenflow. You know, they never had a curating talent. Like, yeah, you know what? They don't know how. And that's why I'm worried about these studios. Like, you know, these studios that they're having, like Bleeding Edge, okay? Oh, it was in development before X. Oh, you want to know what? Oh, it's developed by the 20 people. 25 people did it. It's a passion project. You know what else was developed by 20 people?
Hellblade. 20 people. 20 people.
I didn't hear excuses then. You want to know why there's excuses with Bleeding Edge? Because Bleeding Edge is not a game the studio ever made. The studio made single player, narrative driven games no matter what the size is. 25, 10, 100. They made narrative games. Okay? And now, 1 year underneath Microsoft, the passion project of 4v4 multiplayer, Overwatch looking, microtransaction cosmetic playing, online only, Xbox Live paying, Bleeding Edge. Okay. Under NDA right now. Under NDA. Know what else was under NDA? You know that game. Woo! Sea of Thieves, the most fun game ever! Funnest, funnest, funnest. That was on the NDA for over a year. No screenshots. No streaming. What are we going to do in Sea of Thieves when it launches? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? You know what else? Yes, remember that Garuda? Oh man, yo, he took that shit back real quick. So Garuda says in chat, he says, "Forget about daddy. Forget about Phil.
Who is your daddy?
Spencer was like single player games like Horizon Zero Dawn and Zelda have no impact." And also on the same thing, Shannon Loftus said the same thing later that year, where she's like, I read it in one of my things. What's up, Jamal? How you doing, man? I read it in one of my things where I said that the what the hell was it? She said like, oh well, if you make a big budget game and a single player game and it doesn't get well received and stuff, it's not economically feasible. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, they were all talking that shit. And then right on the tail of that stuff, here comes Game Pass. I wonder why. And then look at the games we get. Oh, okay, Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, here's Crackdown 3, where's the multiplayer Crackdown 3? And people have short-term memory. Last year's E3, we were coming out of here saying what? Where's Crackdown 3 multiplayer? It was all about the cloud destruction, you know? Like, all about the cloud. Like, it was about the cloud. Like, why are we talking about Terry Crews in single player? All of a sudden, Crackdown single player, but it was all about the destruction. Oh, don't worry, multiplayer, we'll show it later. XO18 to show a 2-minute clip. They flew everybody down to Mexico to show a 2-minute video. And now we come out of this E3 going, where's the campaign? Where's the campaign? Where's the campaign? For Gears 5, where's the campaign? Oh, September. September. Really? In September, is that when you're going to tell us that it's episodic? Or in September, is that when you're going to tell us that it's only like a 6-hour game? It's a hub world with 6 little 6 story missions that come off of it. Why September? What are you hiding? And then on top of that, we play the multiplayer. We're playing arcade mode. You know why arcade mode exists in Gears? It's the casual playlist. Because he says that more people are playing in Game Pass. They don't want them to get discouraged with a shotgun to the face. So they have arcade mode for those people that don't want to get discouraged from Gears. Because he said before it was a $60 game. He says this in Giant Bomb's interview. It was a $60 game, and you would just buy the game, and you would just get better at it. You would want to get better because you invested $60 in the game. He goes, oops, now with Game Pass, more people are just going to see the icon on their Game Pass and going to click on it. Well, we got to make sure that they want to stay and play. So that's why we made arcade mode. And all I got to say is, what the fuck's arcade mode? I hope it doesn't have, I don't even know. We don't even know. We won't know until next month. Because they're only talking about Escape now. Only Escape. All the Gears people, they got special powers. You can make your own maps with blocks like Doom. Okay. I don't know what they're hiding. But with Game Pass, them not talking about campaign until the week that comes out. And then talking about Gears Pop and Gears Tactics being PC first, so that's not coming to Xbox anytime soon. He said it's going to take a long time. Shit's not lining up right. But now that we talked all about this Game Pass stuff, and what Game Pass, I feel, is doing, and now as a PC playing the PC shit, the quality of Microsoft games is in trouble because of Game Pass. And that was my fear. And everybody's like, why are you being negative on Game Pass? It's a great value. It's a great value. Yeah. It's a great value if you don't give a shit about great games. But if you want games to justify that hardware, you want games to justify why you're a console player, you're not going to buy that for $1. That shit doesn't come to you for $1. All right? Bleeding Edge, we'll see, man. I want to see what it's like. But unfortunately, Microsoft doesn't do a good job of showing you Bleeding Edge. Microsoft doesn't do a good job of selling their games. Or even promoting their games. They don't. They don't get you excited for their stuff. And I think I've seen people on Twitter just going like, Sony has done more to get people excited with their interviews to Wall Street Journal, to Gaming Biz, and to WCC Tech, or whatever the things are, their state of plays, their announcement of the release date of Death Stranding. They have done more to get people excited. The Final Fantasy release, they weren't even at E3, but Final Fantasy being exclusive, that was, everybody's like, oh, that's coming to the Xbox. Yeah, it's coming to Xbox. Yeah, it's coming to Xbox. It's coming. You just keep believing because it's coming later. That's a timed exclusive. Not coming anywhere else. Okay? Same thing with Shenmue 3. Even though the game was like shit. But still, Shenmue 3, still. Sony is locking down these timed exclusives, and you don't know when they're coming. And I'm going to tell you, know what else? That's not coming to Game Pass. That's not coming. Final Fantasy VII, when it comes out, that's not going to be on Game Pass. Shenmue 3, that's not going to be on Game Pass when it releases. So all these games are not going to be on Game Pass because Microsoft has done nothing to get third party to launch day one on Game Pass. They haven't. And they're not going to because now these companies are coming up with their own subscription models. So there is even more pressure on Microsoft to deliver in first party because everybody's coming up with their own subscriptions. But you want to know what? I think I talked long enough on Game Pass. Let's go look and let's see. Let's wash ourselves of this subscription, clouds, and all that other horseshit. And just come to why we buy consoles. The Wall Street friggin' Journal.
Ha ha ha! Hardy har har!
This article right here does more excitement to the next gen PlayStation 5 than what Microsoft did with their own mouth on E3 stage talking about Project Scarlet. And a couple of things I wanted to highlight here. Remember when they said that it was a niche product aimed at serious players? Details have become more in gaming. Now, this is the thing. This thing, I'm going to tell you now. Now, this is a real deal. Phil Spencer is saying the same thing about the Xbox One X. He's saying, like, the console player is the person who spends the most, plays the most. He acknowledges that, Phil Spencer. Just like Yoshida for Sony acknowledges that the console player, the PlayStation, is a niche. It's a product for hardcore gamers. So both of them are aware of what the Xbox One X, I would say maybe the Xbox, but and the PlayStation are geared for. They're geared for the people that love playing games and high quality, well, not high quality games. That's where they differ. Sony says that's where serious players. So we make serious games for serious players. That's what they go on to say in this article. Phil Spencer, on the other hand, says that's where they play the most, so we're just going to give them an option to do that. But we're not going to give them the content. We're just going to make them have the option to play it on the TV, but what they're going to play, that's irrelevant, or that's something I do not offer right now. Like, I can't say that. And that's what it is. Like, the content. You know your audience, but you're not bringing the content. And you're bringing this foo-foo, arcade, kumbaya, all this other shit. Now, the biggest thing in here with this article is that you want to look at the video games. Look at this. It's driving Sony. And this is the thing. Sony's not going to sit here and go, you know what? Video games, yeah. They're not the most important thing right. No, it is. And they could rise and fall on this. You know, they fucked us up. They all go down in the dumps. That's why this is important. And know what? If you're going to invest in video games, you invest with a company that makes it their number one priority. Nintendo, I am sure, has a similar graph, just like this. Games. They've got card games and all the other shit down here. Games. Microsoft, on the other hand, you look at this thing is basically cloud and Office, and then you get like Xboxes over here. You know, like around here. Smartphones. There it is. Obviously, both of them have different privileges. Not privileges, but different priorities. Obviously. So, this is the other thing. Remember everybody saying that Microsoft doesn't see Sony as a competitor. It's Google and all that other stuff. Well, Sony got those bug eyes right on Microsoft. They are the main competitor, and Google's a potential threat in the mid to long term with internet technology. And then Nintendo isn't perceived as a major rival, the person said, because its main users tend to be younger than PlayStation core demographic. They didn't even know what their audience is. And Microsoft wants this. That's what I feel Phil's push is going to. I feel that Phil's push is going to the younger audience, the Minecraft audience. He basically wants Minecraft. He wants Xbox to, like how Xbox was Halo, now Xbox is Minecraft. That Minecraft model, the Minecraft culture, the Minecraft players, that is who Phil
Who is your daddy?
Spencer wants. That's his target audience. That's why they're showing those cartoon games. That's why the games have animated violence like Fortnite. Like Bleeding Edge is not realistic. Like you still have your Gears and Halo, but even Halo is down there. Gears is still violent, but again, they didn't show it. But the Gears is violent. But that's about it. And I'm sure Fable will be cartoon looking, as it was, you know? But they knew who their audience is. And Nintendo knows who their audience is. That's why they went berserk over Bandicoot, like and Smash and all that. Nintendo knows. But the biggest thing here is right here, everybody. Right here. And I'm sorry I don't have the chat up here. Let me... Well, you can see the chat. I'll get back to the chat in a second. But let me just highlight this right here. This is the main point. And I said this before, like I was explaining it, and I said this a whole million times, like the Avengers. Like Sony is like going to the movies. Going to the movies and getting that big blockbuster game where Xbox and its Game Pass is like just chilling at home watching the Defenders or that other show there. The budget level, the experience is totally different. They both satisfy a different feeling that you have, and they both satisfy different things. But if you're going to spend $600 for those experiences, you're going to want the going to the movies experience for $600 and not $600 to just chill at home. And that's what I was saying. Like Sony is managing it like a blockbuster movie, summer blockbusters. Microsoft's managing it like Netflix. They've said it. Their games are like, so the games are like Netflix and the other ones like summer blockbusters. And this is amazing. Exactly what I was saying is similar to what they interpreted in the Wall Street Journal and saying that the strategy resembles that of Hollywood studios, including Sony's own Sony Pictures, which have tried to counteract the flood of free video game entertainment available on the internet with a handful of blockbuster franchises such as Spider-Man. Sony is concentrating its attention on large software publishers as it gets ready for next PlayStation. According to executives at Sony and software makers in general, publishers want their games on multiple platforms to maximize sales, while console makers look to make deals for exclusive content or an initial period of exclusive sales. So Sony is targeting these big publishers for exclusive content or initial period of sales. So that's time exclusive. But remember what Phil said. Phil said that I don't like buying exclusives. I'm not going to take from you to make me look better. And what I say is, that's great. But when everybody else is doing it to you, you look like a fool because it's like everybody's punching you in the face and you're like, I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to fight. And you're getting all bruised up. Teeth are falling out. Like, you got to start swinging sooner or later. Otherwise, you're going to get killed. You're going to get knocked out. If everybody keeps hitting you. Like, it's just, And then they talk about the graphics. And then this is the other thing. Sony is also looking to make more big budget games at its in-house software studios, which already produce exclusive PlayStation games. Big budget games. And this is the other thing. The analyst says that Sony's stress on large budget games could lessen the variety and lead some consumers to switch to the Nintendo for like indies. In contrast, the second Sony official said he expected small games would still be released for the PlayStation, even without extensive Sony support, because the popularity of PlayStation makes the platform hard for small game developers to ignore. Exactly. When you have that size install base, as a small game developer, you're still going to want to put your games there. But now I can see the chat. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to put it on double screen. So, I'm going to show these. What's going on? You guys fighting in my chat? I leave you guys for 2 minutes to read you some intelligent articles, and you guys stop fighting. Who's fighting in the chat? Who's owing money? What the
fuck?
The hell's going on here? Did my thing not work?
What the fuck?
There you go. Oh, my headset, I think, dead. My headset's dead. Did my headset die? I think it did. Yeah, anyway. We hear it anyway. I can take off this headset then. My headset's dead. Ouch! Woo! Now I don't get to hear my own things. Oh, I can do it with this. Hold on. More headphones. Yep, they see him as competition, guys. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Hold on. Just his headphones, please. Just headphones.
What the fuck?
Boom, boom, boom. Hold on, I'm just fixing something here. And then I want this to go here. Nope, that's coming out of my TV. I want this to come from... Oh, who the hell knows? No fighting in chat. I'll leave you guys for a few minutes. You people wheeling and dealing some monies. But anyway, so we come to it. And it's basically... I can't believe these headsets are dead. Shit. Let's see, maybe they're not. Are they? Damn, they are dead. Oh. Sick coming in, messing shit up. Ugh. But anyway. Oh shit, really? I gotta watch that. I'm gonna show these. Why my headset not working? Damn. Hold on, I'm gonna pop this headset off. I want to hear my shit. So anyway, so what did you guys in the chat? What did you think of that article? Was that a breath of fresh air or not? Like, my God. Like, seriously. Oh, is it? Holy crap. It's a... Wait, you said there's a new analysis for DS? Oh, Death Stranding. Really? Holy crap. Yeah, man. See, and that's the thing, man. You're releasing hardware. And you got to have software to balance it out. And that's the reason why a lot of this stuff that Microsoft has announced has fallen flat on its face. But what's so nice about seeing that article from Sony is that oh, they're doing a Game of the Year fight? Oh, shit, man. Yo, we can't do Game of the Year. I always, here's another thing that grinds my gears again. It's like, everybody, Game of the Year. You're not going to know until, and especially people talking Game of the Year, like, even now, like, we don't know. We have no clue. But exactly, OBJ, like that's what you want to hear. You want to hear him say we're doubling down on big games to sell the next gen console for the hardcore console owner. That's what you say. You know, is it the truth? We'll see. Is it lies? Who knows? Is it more snake oil? Who knows? But you're saying the right thing to get people excited for the next generation. You don't say, here's Project Scarlet, our next gen console with uncompressed pixels and they're doing it and all this other stuff. And then in an interview going, well, the consoles are not the business. We make money from subscriptions. Ugh. Dude, like, you know, like, just don't say that. You know, you just don't say that. Shit, my thing's not working here. The hell's that? Oh, that's the thing. That's the link for the video. Hold on. Take a look. I gotta try to figure out get sound out of my freaking headset. I can't believe my headset died. And I'm trying to find out how the hell to listen to this headset. Freaking Windows. Where the oh my god, I hate this stupid ass thing. Where is no, my output device should not be that. There we go. Now I can hear. Holy shit. Now where's my Arnold? That's right. Oh shit, did I blow out your eardrums? I'm sorry. I'll lower that a little bit. There we go. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I was just messing around with the headset. Oh my god, don't even start. Don't even start with high fidelity VR. Do you even see that like now those things are on like they're those whole Windows WMDs WMDs, oh my god, no. The Windows head mounted displays, the HMDs. Those things. Oh, sorry, man. Yeah, those yeah, they're like dropping down, man. They're dropping down. What is this thing? I'm clicking on that link, D. Let me see what this is. I was thinking of that song. I should have it playing. Wasn't me. It's like what? It feels like you see me with the VR. It wasn't me. The more powerful of the X wasn't me. Is the console on it? Wasn't me. It was like, watch. That's it. And I said, man, it's just so nice seeing, like, you know, seeing that stuff. Now, whether it's true or not, you know, we don't know. We will. Only time will tell. But it's like, you know, it's just so refreshing to see after this whole like the streaming future, and then you see like Phil Harrison's like, oh well, data caps, they'll be fixed by the time Stadia comes out, and it's just like, oh, like yo, like anybody named Phil, like I'm just learning not to trust a Phil. I hear that a lot. You know? It's like I hear that a lot. But, you know, my biggest thing is, though, is that, dude, if you don't... Exactly. That's right, Mog. Like, that, and that's why I do this. I'm, like, looking at the stuff, and I just see... It's about how many they hired somebody. They hired somebody. Oh, Ariel, they hired. It's like somebody in HR. Like, we're watching LinkedIn to see who they're hiring. You want to know what's going to be crazy? Is if they're hiring all these people and then they keep coming out with small ass games. What is the excuse then? What is the excuse then? And I don't know if they are going to come out with these big blockbuster games given Game Pass. Do you think they're going to take a hit? Exactly, OBJ. Like, that's the thing. Sony has gained so much respect and gamer mind share this generation and in the last few years leading up to the next gen console that Microsoft really has a big task ahead of them. And maybe that's why they're not focusing on the core, because guess what? To them, the core is dead. The core is leaving them. The core is just not sustainable anymore. But yeah, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. Like, maybe that's why. It's just like, yo, give them hardware, but let's throw everything at PC and let's throw everything on cell phones or streaming. And I'll buy that for $1. You know? It's the late night edition, guys. You're gonna get a good one. Since we're talking about Game Pass and all this other stuff, and shout out to the 41 grinders watching. Grinders! Round up! We're gonna go here. We're gonna go. Guys, we got it. We got a sound clip right here. The sound clip. Whenever I hear about Game Pass, hit that like button. You're going to hear it right. I'm going to paint the picture for you. So we just talked about blockbuster games and Sony not doing. Maybe they do their own Game Pass. Who the hell knows? But I can't see them making a God of War and putting it in $1 or $10 subscription service. Unless they give you each realm for every month. Like, that's the thing. They got to give you something. They can't just give it to you all in one cake. Like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. They're losing money. And I think Game Pass is a great value. Game Pass is a great option. But my concern is Microsoft's first party going into Game Pass. Day and date. All of it. Whether it's Gears, it's Halo, it's the next gen games, it's Fable. Unless they're willing to take a hit and say they did it with Forza Horizon 4 somewhat. Like Forza Horizon 4 wasn't really crazy. But again, it's a racing game. It's not Gears or Halo. But they did make it completely reliant on online. You could do offline stuff and stuff like that, but they didn't mess up that. So maybe they will take a hit. Maybe they will just put Gears of War, big games like, yo, this is like $100 game on Game Pass, and really push Game Pass by taking that subsidized, taking that hit. Maybe they prove, maybe they do it. Maybe they prove my doubts. You know, that's the only thing that can happen. Like, if I'm wrong, then we all win. If I'm right, we're in for some bullshit going on moving forward. If they start piecemealing Gears of War, and Gears of War is only a few hour campaign, and multiplayer is not all there, and map making's coming to other modes in months to how, and they keep doing the carrot and fixing Sea of Thieves style, then we're in deep shit. But if I'm wrong, and Gears is a big blockbuster game, $60, 12-hour campaign, huge multiplayer, all the maps are there, everything's there to go, day one, shit, then it's great, and I'll sign up for Game Pass and get it. But till then, Game Pass has been nothing just like this. Here's your ad. Game Pass. Oh, I can't hear anything. Oh, sorry. Well, it's probably for the better. Anyway, I gotta fix my thing. Yeah, because I had to mess this up. Hold on. I had to fix this. Some technical difficulties tonight, guys. Where is it? Where is my headphones? Is this it? Oh my god. Oh, my sound clips, everything. Grind this Grassemble. That's right. Where the hell? Fucking this. There it is. This it? No, that's the speakers. Holy shit. I tell you. My sound, because my headphones died. I gotta do the sound blasters. Okay. Hold on. I'll figure it. I gotta get my soundboard working again. Sound blasters. Probably not gonna get it to work anymore. Sorry, man. Yeah. My friggin' audio clips are not working now. What the hell? I think OBS is maybe I could do it from here. Because they added a new it's yeah. Anyway. But yo. Thanks, Garuda, man. Let me see if I get this thing to work. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Can you hear that sound now? You can hear that, right? Just let me know if the sound comes through. Can you hear that sound? You can hear my grind. Hear the grind. Let me know if you can hear that thing. Now, actually, you know what? As I was listening to it, it is pretty vulgar. I'm like, I don't know if I want to put all that on there. But basically, if you want to go check it out, you know that I do it all the time. Yes, you hear the bobble clip is good. Okay, so I got that working. But anyway, I was playing the clip, just laughing about it, thinking you guys could hear it. And as I'm listening, I'm like, you know what? We'll just leave it as that. If you want to go see it, it's the, Cheech outside of in From Dusk Till Dawn. It's only a penny. It's only a penny. Only $1 Game Pass. Cool, man. Yeah, I'm glad that works. Okay, good. Well, let's see if there was anything else. I think there was that article, and then like a whole bunch of people came off after that article about all that shit about just just Sony bending down, because it did kind of combat the whole like Sony's gonna do the same thing Microsoft's doing, and people saying like Sony, you're gonna do like Game Pass, and you're gonna do the same thing. Everybody's doing it. The exclusives don't matter, and and even timed exclusives of dead. And it's just so it's just so refreshing. I'm gonna share out the link again because we're gonna do one more thing here. But yeah, but it's just so it's just so refreshing just seeing Sony like doubling down on that, and that's one of the biggest things that I'm so happy to see, that it's something that lets me say, yep, you know what, I'll definitely continue my investment probably to the next PlayStation, and 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 that's the way it goes. And then I will just tap into whatever Microsoft wants to offer on the PC because it's not as consistent enough. And my concerns are coming true with Game Pass. And it have. And this is not just like one game, dude. Like this is not like, oh yeah, you just had a bad game with Crackdown 3. No, Crackdown 3 was like the culmination of like two bad games. Forza was the only saving grace to Game Pass. But like Crackdown 3, like this, oh my god. They friggin' added a wingsuit now to Crackdown 3 so you could fly across the city. Probably because the city is so friggin' dead, you could just fly over it now to get to your missions. But they added a wingsuit. I don't know. They're just so out of touch. They added a fucking wingsuit to Terry Crews. So now you could jump and do a glide. Like, you could fly. In Crackdown, you could fly. Crackdown wasn't about flying. It was about jumping and climbing. Like, who's coming up with this shit? No, it's like a... Hold on. I saw some videos. It looks like... I'm just like... Crackdown's Phil's baby, isn't it?
We're really focusing first on what it means to play these games on your...
Isn't that, let's see, Crackdown wingsuit. Like, this... Well, here's a Crackdown 1 wingsuit. Crackdown. Now let's see Crackdown 3. Crackdown 3 was like a friggin' jetpack.
So there we go. We got it right on.
Yeah, I was looking at it now. And they added medals for the wingsuit. Like, I know that, like, just... They had a wingsuit in Crackdown 2, so I guess. But, like... Did they add any more maps to multiplayer? It was 3 maps, right? I don't know. And I just don't... E3 told me a lot. Because I thought that they might pull something out of E3. They didn't. But... with the lineup that's coming. So I've been playing... So I told you I've been playing Judgment. I'm on chapter 2. Let's talk about some games. That game has a kick-ass story so far. It's pretty cool. A lot of running around, though, in between the 2 different cities. I definitely think Yakuza had more stuff to do in the city. I do feel like Judgment is more of... it's a little more focused. But I do like the crime stuff, the investigations, and just the different things of, like, analyzing the photographs. And then if you want to show evidence, you, like, click on... You have to remember, like, what you analyzed. And it's pretty cool. Like, they have some cool tropes in there, like, cool things for, like, criminal investigation and stuff like that. And it does give me the feeling of, like, The Departed, where, like, there's the mafia involved, but also is the law, and you're back and forth, and it's like he got paid by the mafia to get his job, and he quit as a lawyer. It's a really interesting game. I really...
in that game, and, it's definitely kind of pulled me into that one.
And then the other thing I've been jumping into is Dreams. Every time, like this is the thing that's hilarious. I think that Microsoft's Indie Reel was pretty cool. It was pretty solid.
That Indie Showcase.
And I think that's where Inside Xbox is going to go.
But the Blair Witch game was pretty cool.
Oh, I'm echoing. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
I know why.
There we go.
Sorry guys. Hold on. There we go. Sorry for the echo. There we go. Is that better? I'm not echoing anymore. All right. Let me see. Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out this Oh, that's why my headsets are there. Oh, does this work now? I'm good now. Echo the jazz. Echo. Echoes. Actually, you know what I could do is I could just probably blank off the microphone, do this. There we go. I found it now. Here we go. Now let's see. Am I still? I'm not echoing anymore now, and you could probably hear this.
I'm trying to use the phone!
There we go. Man, I'm getting better at this shit, though. Thank you for letting me know. Otherwise, I'll be echoing my ass off. But this is a real echo. Let me tell you a story. This is echoes on purpose. I'm in a cave. You can tell I'm in a cave, right? Yeah. Anyway. Let's see what I can do with one of these things. I liked my, we're going to do a little thing here, a little skit. Like, hey. Yeah, you know what? I did spend my time. I've been looking for those internet cafes. I get into the internet cafe and I can't use it. And I was like, oh, I use those in the Yakuza. Because all I remember is him just typing away and he's like, yes, 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 oh, yes. You know. You got me in the sound of town. And it's like, he's like, yes. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I was trying to look for the internet cafe in Judgment. I'm like, where is it? And then I want to get into the VR room, but I keep trying to get into the VR place, and it's locked. So I'm assuming it's going to open up soon. But anyway, I was saying about the dream stuff. Those phone games, man.
I'm trying to use the phone!
Let Mortal Kombat begin.
That's going to play Mortal Kombat now. Boy, let Mortal Kombat begin. And it's like, I'm trying to use the phone. Let's see, I got someone here. And you know what? I can't believe I didn't play this clip. We know. You know when you come here, Grinders, you know you're going to hear this clip. Because now, I've said it in my tweet today. Yes, I'm adding some more stuff to the soundboard because I keep playing the similar sounds and stuff. We're going to add some more. But,
I don't play this game.
The thing is we didn't get here today because one of those console manufacturers said, you know what, guys? Consoles are not important anymore. Consoles are not the business. We got here because Nintendo wanted to beat the other two consoles. Sony wanted to be the best console. Xbox wanted to be the best console.
Sir, do we get to win this time?
They all wanted to be the best console. Microsoft didn't need a console. They had PC gaming. But they wanted to make a console to compete against Sony. Seamus Blackley, from the creator of Xbox, the reason why the Xbox was created was to combat Sony in the living room. Because Sony was talking all this shit about how powerful the PlayStation was going to be and what it was going to do. And Microsoft was like, oh no, let's combat Sony and make that. Xbox was created to compete against Sony. That's the purpose of the Xbox console, was to compete against the PlayStation 2. And that's the reason why Xbox exists. And then to see 3 generations later, Sony's not the competition. You know, what I found is really funny is when Phil was interviewed, a number of interviews. There was one today I just watched. Let me see if I can pull this one up. And you can tell me what we say from here, because this is completely opposite of what Sony just said to the Wall Street Journal. I'm going to go to my history for a second, guys. I appreciate you. Oh my God, I got my thing here. But yeah, let me get into where Always like this one. Always like this one.
The gaming industry is growing across every Xbox One. Metrics I really look at in the revenue look like for boxes aren't the big part of the business, right? The margin on the boxes, boxes for those players because obviously
Sony's PlayStation. The
two metrics I really look.
This is so funny. I gotta play this for you guys again because again, this is not just opinion. This is the shit that's going on.
Look at the growth of this business, engagement of players. How many monthly active players do you have across any device?
You can hear this, right?
And service revenue look like for those players? Because obviously we're in business and we're trying to monetize.
Well, then why don't you give the boxes away?
Oh yeah, here we go. Wait, hold on. Can you hear that?
All the same game.
Can you hear the sound clip? Okay, good. Great. Okay. So I'll just play it then from here. This was his infamous interview when people were lined up waiting to buy the Xbox One X.
Friends, they go to the PC, want to stay connected with
market
of players.
I'll get to it
How
here.
many monthly active players
versus Nintendo
with their friends?
Hold on, I'm getting the part.
4K console, the most important. No, one.
A new
television screen's an incredibly important place where people play. Xbox One X is
the most important.
No, one like the.
No way. Xbox One X is not the most important, but here it is.
Across any device. And what does your software and service revenue look like for those players? Because obviously we're in business and we're trying to monetize.
Well, then why don't you give the boxes away?
Boxes aren't the big part of the business, right? The margin on the box is minimal. We subsidize the boxes to get them out there in a lot of cases. But if someone owns a phone and doesn't want to go buy a console, we still want them to be able to play our games, bring the services. Like
we're really focusing first on what it means to play these games on your phone. So we thought about how can we get as many people playing.
What the fuck is this phone shit? This is what is this phone shit? You lost Windows Phone. You don't have a fucking phone.
We're really focusing first on what it means to play these games.
I'm trying to use the phone.
Mixer, Xbox Live, Minecraft. We talk about whatever device they have.
You don't have a phone. Get the phone out of your ass.
There's a million gamers on the planet. They play on all kinds of devices.
Anyway, triggered watching that bullshit. You're trying to sell a $500 fucking console. Stop talking about the phones. Oh, you don't have a phone.
Moving games around. We have a little. It's not really January. I'll probably have my first this year.
Here's the other one.
We should try to disadvantage other companies. I think the games industry is better with brands like Nintendo and PlayStation strong and helping us grow because there's people that have invested their trust in those brands. Competing with what?
You hear that, right? This is the other interview. We'll hear this, and then I'll comment on it. But just remember what Sony had in that Wall Street Journal article. Microsoft is our main competitor. Google, long term. Microsoft's our main competitor. We are making big budget titles and talking to big publishers to get timed content or released exclusives. All right? That's what they pulled from Wall Street Journal. That's what the console manufacturers do. That's Sony betting down on big game, big budget games. All right? Sony did not say when we all play, we win, or when everyone plays, we win. When Kratos is dancing on an Xbox, we all win. Because, no, Sony's like, you are our competitor. We're going to shut you down.
Over their Project X Cloud hands-on demo. And I had a lot of people come up to me while I was here for FanFest. Hey, I'm an engineer. I really like cloud. I'd like to work on Project X Cloud. What could I do? And I look over at the table, the people doing demos, and I'm like, well, that's the team building it, right? Like, there's Kevin LaChapelle. We can get is it works like that.
E3, there's a clear not everybody's here, not everybody's doing their thing. There's a clear wide open gap.
Your game in our show that probably.
Well, he says it here. Where he said it.
It's the industry.
I want to see Rod standing on the stage faking like he's holding a controller. And I want to make sure we have a time to celebrate what this industry is. So it's great that we had a good show. I think E3 is better if everybody's here.
Yeah, because that's the way I've always interpreted.
Here, if Activision's here. I think this is about gaming and gamers coming together. And Jim Ryan and I were talking about it. You know, he and I talk quite often, and I was like, I think this show is better with you guys here. I don't see it as, oh, here's the gap, and let's go kind of, you know, run Xbox through that gap. I think E3 should be about everybody in gaming here showing their best wares, competing with what they have, but also representing what this industry can be about. So yeah, I love the fact that we had a good E3 this year and we had great social. And there's some feedback I got on, hey, we need more gameplay on stage. I wanted to see Gears single player campaign. I want to see Rod standing on the stage faking like he's holding a controller playing. Rod's usually playing. But, you know, so I hear the feedback as well. But I will say for E3, which is gaming and E3 is more important than Xbox.
Yep.
And I think it's important that everybody's.
Doesn't it seem like everything's more important than Xbox? Like, gaming is more important than Xbox. E3 is more important than Xbox. Our he says it here. I gotta figure out where it is.
A lot more.
He says, like, you see us collaborate. Where is it? Is this it? I can get that clip because it's pretty interesting because you can hear.
See a lot of couples coming in.
Up to you saying, I'm the new console.
I've been asked why it's called Scarlet. Now we know.
It's for you, babe. It's for you.
Nice. I love it.
The latest one, the now one, is always the best for me. I love more and more about the show. That is him.
Nice.
Right? And like Sarah Bond coming out a couple days earlier. So the reason it kind of always gets me.
Picking their nose. Like it's just normal.
It's
Hold
here,
on, I'm finding it.
and the general public is holding it, and there was a
really like Cloud. I'd like to work on Project X Cloud. What could I do?
No.
There are kind of wood.
I don't know if it's this
like
interview.
Better outcomes in many cases, but that doesn't mean that, like, as a platform, we should try to disadvantage other companies. I think the games industry is better with brands like Nintendo and PlayStation strong and helping us grow because there's people that have invested their trust in those brands. And I think more and more, as you're saying, those brands don't have to exist at the exclusion of other brands. And Sony and Microsoft have a long history of working together. This is an MOU. I kind of tease. It's kind of the announce of two CEOs shaking hands and smiling into a camera. But there's real intent there with Azure and Sony, which I think is great. And there's we're putting Xbox Live on Switch. We've got more IP there. We're at our games in Steam. You know, Halo Master Chief's going to ship in Steam, and Gabe and the guys have been great about letting us put Xbox Live there. So buy Master Chief in our store, buy Master Chief in Steam. Everybody gets to play together. So I think the opportunities for collaboration, something I really care about, and others do as well. It's not unique just to me. I think is great for the industry.
Yeah. Okay.
So, do you hear him talking about collaboration, right? Like, you hear this collaboration. And it's like, oh, well, us giving our Azure Cloud to Sony, us, you know, putting Master Chief on Steam or on PC, us putting Xbox Live on the Switch. Like, does anything sound like, is there a motif there? He says others too. Everybody that I see is coming for you. Is doing what you're trying to do better and putting you and stomping you into the ground.
What's with kids today, huh? No respect.
Another one, and another one, another one, and another one.
Like,
and another
this
one,
keeps stomping.
Another one.
You got Cloud, Google's coming for you. You had Windows 10 Store, guess what? Epic Store did it. Like, Epic Store made more moves than you did on Windows 10 Store for the last 3 years. And yeah, they bought bullshit games, but they made more. What's up, Cyber Dragon Man? This is Evening Chat. Thank you, coming out. We basically, they have just done, like, he is giving his stuff to everybody, but nobody's giving it back. There is no reciprocity at all. Kratos is not walking on Xbox. The Switch is not giving Mario Maker with the power of the cloud and it's running on an Xbox. All these moves that Phil Spencer said all have to do with him taking his shit and putting it everywhere else. But and everybody else around him, all his quote unquote competition, is gaining from his generosity. And he reviews it as collaboration. So maybe Microsoft gets money. Like, maybe Microsoft gets money in the back end, and that's where they get their money. They get the back end infrastructure. But as an Xbox gamer, as somebody who wants to invest in the next Xbox, them making money on the back end because they signed the Azure servers with PlayStation Now, and PlayStation Now makes money with Azure, and Azure and Microsoft gets money and is profitable. They're profitable now. So it's not like Microsoft's in the dump and all these moves are going to put them in a profitable state, then you'll get better games. Microsoft's making money now. This is just making more money, which is great for Microsoft. Microsoft's not going anywhere. It's just, as a gamer, what does this do to you? It takes everything that's in front of you and give it elsewhere. Like, it doesn't work. It does not work. It does not work, man. In no business, it doesn't work. In what business would you say, yo, like you go to like this place that has this amazing restaurant, there's amazing food, and they're like, hey, you know what, man? You know that Italian restaurant across the street? Yeah, well, we're gonna give them our recipe to make our meatballs and spaghetti that you come in here every day for. And we charge like a premium $15. Like, yeah, they're gonna get us our recipe. We're gonna give the recipe to all the Italian restaurants around us. That restaurant who had the recipe originally nobody will go, like, it will lose business because everybody would say, I could get the same thing over there. And then on top of that, think about those other Italian restaurants that are making that person spaghetti and meatballs. Plus, they're giving them amazing, like, wines and stuff like that. Shit. So it's like, wow, I could get amazing wines and that other place's spaghetti and meatballs just by going to this other Italian restaurant. That's great. And then the place who made the spaghetti and meatballs are like, oh, yeah, you can still come here. We'll still make them if you want. Nobody's going there. Like, you don't sell your recipe out to your competition. Especially if your competition has more advantages over you, such as these exclusive games, both on Nintendo and on Sony. And if people could get Xbox Live experiences and still be connected with their, like, in Xbox Live and get those experiences without paying the subscription for Xbox Live and playing exclusive games only on those other consoles, everybody's getting their cake and eat it too. Everybody's getting their cake and eat it too. And Microsoft is the one that's making the cake and just giving it to everybody. Phil has transcended Xbox. He says E3 is bigger than Xbox. Gaming is bigger than Xbox. Xbox to him is no longer the console. It never has been. That's why he's like, well, the console. He looks at the console just as a device. He doesn't look at it as a community. He doesn't look at it as a place to play. He does not look at the Xbox as Peter Moore looked at Xbox, as Ballmer looked at Xbox, as a community. That community was built off of that Xbox. Talk about the plastic all you want. I went to McDonald's and asked for a Whopper. They told me only Burger King sells Whoppers. Yeah, exactly. And Burger King, like, oh, no, everybody should have a Whopper. That's how hamburgers do better. Get the fuck out of here. Nobody says that. Nobody says that. And that's the problem I have. It's like, the Xbox console was built off a community of people. The Xbox Live community was built off of the Xbox console. They tried Xbox Live on PC. Nobody signed up for it. That Xbox Live community was built off of console gamers. And you took that stuff and put it elsewhere. And then you look at that console and be like, that's not important. We don't make money on it. It's like, shut up. Don't say that. Like, I understand it's subsidized. But don't just disregard the console when you're trying to still sell consoles. If you were leaving the console business, go right ahead. But if you're trying to sell more $500, $600 pieces of plastic and devices and just go, well, that's not important to our business. People, that shit's going to transcend, man. And people are going to say, well, Xbox, they don't care about the console. And think about leading up to that when Sony's like, we're making games for the console. We care about the console gamer. We're coming in with 100 million consoles strong. The wave is already left. Like, it is, like, I was seeing some people going like, oh, next gen, it starts at, like, next gen resets. Next gen resets. So what everybody thinks that when PlayStation 5 releases and Xbox, whatever Project Scarlet releases, say November next year, we reset? And Xbox has a chance of coming back? Because they're going to have Halo? Halo's going to be everywhere. And if Sony's really signing like third-party deals and making big blockbuster games only playable on their console, Halo being everywhere is not going to really impact that you got to go get a Scarlet. But the biggest thing that everybody seems to be missing is that, exactly, Mog, your libraries are coming with you. Remember, that was like the biggest thing, was like, if Sony doesn't do backwards compatibility, Microsoft has a chance. Well, Sony came out and said, we are backwards compatible with PlayStation 4. And everybody got quiet. Like, it was like, oh shit. And then start talking about power now. Because what happened? I remember it was like, oh, PlayStation 5 is not going to have backwards compatibility, maybe. And then Microsoft could take all your library with you. Sony's saying, like, no, it's going to be backwards compatible with PlayStation 4. They're migrating those 100 million people over to the PlayStation 5. That is the worst nightmare for the Xbox console because there is no reset now. Now Sony's going in with 100 million consoles at the starting gate, and you're going in with 40 million. What's 45 million at the time, maybe. Who knows? Say 50. Which I don't think so, because they have done a lot to just disregard the console. So I don't even know if they haven't won an NPD or came in second at all. It's been Nintendo dominating and Sony in second. But like, even if they're 50 million and Sony's at 100 million, Sony's at 100 million. Maybe even more by next year. And Microsoft maybe at 50 million. Like, you're going with a 2-to-1 advantage of a install base and of gamers just to bring over to the 5 that have supported. There's not going to be a lot of flip-flopping like there was this gen, where it was a reset because there was no backwards compatibility at launch, so everybody just had to restart and just get a whole new library. That's not happening this gen. So whatever momentum they have, it is going to carry them into next generation. That's why it's so devastating when Phil Spencer had E3 to himself this gen to send the message, set the tone this E3, get people hyped up this E3, and then bring it next E3. Like, you had a year to get this ball going, and you had the only show in town at E3. This is when You lead with your best foot forward, and you start next gen with a bang. And you start the games with a bang. You show games that are amazing. You shouldn't have held anything close to your chest. You should have overshowed and then showed more next year. Even if you announce just like Fable, Ninja Gaiden, blah, 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 Cracked, like just something. Just a bunch of games that people like brand new surprises. Get people hyped. This was your E3 to do it. You know, you announced Fable next year at E3 when Sony's showing Horizon 2, God of War DLC, Spider-Man 2, and all this other shit. And you're like, oh, Fable, surprise. People are going to be like, who the fuck cares, Fable? Sony just announced, like, they just got fucking, like, the new Destiny exclusive. Like, if Sony really goes to E3 next year and just starts showing Horizon, this, that, like all these games, like, you know what, a new Batman game, exclusive Superman, like, who knows? Sony goes balls out with all these fucking game announcements, and you're like, guys, it's Fable 2022. It's like 2020. It's not going to have the same effect when you had the only stage in town, and you could announce it now. You could have shown a lot more of Gears. You could to show the power of the X this holiday. You didn't even emphasize. You talked about a more powerful console, saying that the new powerful console eats the X for breakfast. Fucking dope. You still have the world's most powerful console coming out and probably your highest graphically fidelity game coming out. This should have been the showpiece to get people to buy the X. You should have bundled Gears and shit. This is it running on the X single player. Look at the graphics. Look at look at what we did and the power of the X and this, or like, it should have been a friggin' X1X showcase with your graphically fidelity game, the only game that you have that's realistic looking, that actually has mature graphics and mature content, Gears 5. This should have been the showpiece for the X. This should have been what Horizon Zero Dawn was for the PlayStation 4 Pro. Gears 5 should have been the showcase piece for the X, and that should have been the message. Instead, there is not even an acknowledgement that the X exists. And then you go and announce a more powerful console, basically just destroying any momentum the X has. Like, you're a fucking idiot. Okay? I actually think Microsoft shouldn't even announce a next-gen console until next year because they have the most powerful console. Sony is the one that needs to announce a more powerful console than the X. Microsoft is the most powerful console. Wait for the competition to do that so then you could counter that. Why would you go ahead and announce the more powerful console when you got an X still sitting on shelves for another year and a half and people just bought it a year and a half ago? You're in the middle of the X's life cycle. Why are you disregarding that? Nobody's going to go out and buy an X this holiday when you basically just said, there's another one coming next year. You should have just shut the fuck up. Like, there was no reason to jump ahead and announce Project Scarlet. You didn't tell us anything new. And then on top of that, you didn't even show Gears off properly to even warrant people wanting to, like, oh, I got to get an X to play Gears 5. Did anybody say that? Anybody?
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. And I want to have them answered immediately.
Did anybody? No, like, oh, we didn't see Gears. We didn't see enough of it. Good job. Good job. That's right. That's right. The Gears campaign, who the hell knows? Yeah. And that's why Project Scarlet really didn't have a lot of momentum coming out of E3, because people are like, yeah, I heard this before, dude. I heard this before. And seriously, guys, it really is.
Game over. Game over. E3 failed. Seriously. Game over.
They needed to bring the games. They needed to show the C3. Sony is doing a lot, man. And when they're talking, they just broke the friggin' internet with Death Stranding. And now they got more bangers sitting in their fucking lap, just waiting for an opportune time to pounce. Guys, I don't know what Microsoft can do, but they don't care. I'm not going to be rooting for a losing team. If the losing team doesn't give a shit if they win or lose. And you come here and hear this. You know you're going to get this when I say this, right?
Not playing to win is like sleeping with your sister. Sure, she's a great piece of tail with a blouse full of goodies, but it's just illegal.
Not playing to win. They had that. You remember them? Smilegate.
Keep it up, you'll be carrying your face home in a doggy bag.
My ass hurts just watching this.
And that's it. I don't want to hear nothing else.
I live for this shit!
I think it's time we tried something new.
Yeah, exactly. It is time to try something new. Smilegate. You remember them?
You would need 3 promotions to get to be an asshole.
Guys, it's just... we scoured the world. It's just sad. Sad. But Sony's talking the language. Nintendo's delivering the goodies. Google's out there ready, charging people for the Stadia. And Phil's here still roasting marshmallows. Saying, oh, collaboration. Dude, you're the only one doing the hand-me-outs. I got it. Ready?
You want to play a game? Called Crackdown 3. We're going to set you up in a menu. You're not going to be able to have any friends in your game. You will search for about 5 to 10 minutes to find the game. And then after that, the game will crash. Now your choice is, do you sign up that game? And you want to stay subscribed to Game Pass? And try that Crackdown 3 again? If you do, you still won't be able to bring your friends in there. Unless they provided an update, but anyway. No friends. No new maps. Game over. Your choice.
I'll have to hear how that sounds, but I don't know.
Want to play a game?
I don't even hear my voice through the thing. It's Game Pass time, everybody. Only $1. Only $1. Damage control. Exclusives. They don't matter. There's no such thing as exclusives. Exclusives! Bad word. Bad word. Oh, man. So, I don't know. You know, man, I'm having fun with my little soundboards here and stuff like that. I'm glad you guys like it. You know, I got a whole bunch of other shit going there, man. I got a whole bunch of things. Shit sounded kind of spooky. But man, I just want to say, man, we'll wrap this up. I was doing this because I had my game downloading. Yeah, I got I was waiting for my game download.
Who wants some more State of Decay 3? Yes. There'll be bugs.
Thank you, Brian. Oh, I gotta think of something. I gotta use these. I'm just doing that. But yo, thank you so much, guys. Again, yo, we're gonna do our we're going out, man. Yes, I'm having a ton more fun. Yo, go get yourself a soundboard. You'll have a blast. And no subscription required. And I just expect, guys, do you know what time it is?
We're really focusing first on what it means to play these games on your phone. So we thought about how can we get as many people playing on a phone as possible.
Thank you again. This has been Jed7780. What grinds my gears? Share, like the video. I'm out.
I'm trying to use the phone!